Welcome back to Reviving Real Food. I'm Charlotte and today we are going to be pruning tomatoes.
So I haven't pruned these tomatoes in about a month and they've gone wild on me. So I need to tackle them today. I am going to try to sprout a new plant out of these suckers here. So this is the main stem coming up, the plant. This is the leaf coming off the main stem. Anything in between, see how that makes like an L? These two between are suckers. So in order to get the optimal fruit production, you're supposed to clip these before they get so big. Now they're huge. I'm gonna go ahead and let me see if they snap off. I don't think it's gonna snap off, so I'm gonna cut it. Cut that one. And that one. Now this one, say it has, these are little root nodules. And then I'm gonna try to plant this. I have a spot where one tomato died. So I'm gonna take this whole long piece with its root nodules. I'm going to bury that, so I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, this is the same variety of tomatoes, Amish Paste, but they haven't done as well. So the plant on the left there is pretty much dead, and I can see a hornworm has, see all the ends eaten off? And you can see the hornworm right there. So I'm just going to pick him off. They grip pretty good, but conveniently I have some turkeys that have joined me. So I'm going to see if they want a bit of breakfast. Come on, you aren't going to eat it? Is it too big? Let's try this other turkey. Oh, the chicken took it. They all got it. Who's gonna get it first? Oh, that one ran off with it. I'll have to look and see if I see any others, but one hornworm can do all that damage, really. Plant that died here, I'm just gonna cut it off at the base. And this ground in the fall was all Bermuda grass. I covered this whole thing with cardboard pretty heavily and then covered it with bedding from the barn, and you can see it's already broken down. For whatever reason, it's not making the best tomatoes this year, but next year will be better. But anyway, I'm gonna try planting that sucker because I have it in this spot. So I'm going to take this one out and get it out of the way. And then I'll just dig a hole next to the one that was already here. See, there's no cardboard anymore. And everything's pretty much turned to soil. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to take off these bottom. Should probably cut them. Bottom little branches, and I'm going to take this one too. So I want to bury it as deeply as I can. 6 inches maybe of, see if I can push it into the ground a little further. And then I'm going to put this soil back in. Okay, so I have these little clips that I'm just going to pin this to the trellis. Okay, so we have that spur planted. You can see how tall it is. It's like 3.5 feet tall. So the best time to get these spurs are when they're really little. Like this one's even pretty big. So I'm going to cut this one off. And then you come up to the very top, and you can see this right here is going to be a spur. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to just pinch it. And that's the best time to get them. We'll see how that does. It might look stressed for a little while, but I've done that with another spur, and I'll show that to you. This tomato plant, which I haven't pruned at all, and it's kind of sprawling everywhere, that was from one of those suckers. I'm hopeful that that'll work well and we'll replace our dead tomato plant. So I'm going to go back to pruning. Alright, I'm back to this mess of tomatoes. So I'll just start at the bottom. I need to take off all this yellow looking leaves at the bottom. Now this one coming out here is a spur. So I'll take it off too. It's actually attached to this branch. And that leaves me with these yellowy ones. That one broke on its own. It's okay for the bottom of your tomato plant to be bare. It's supposed to prevent fungus and disease. So the idea is you want to get more production into tomatoes and less into leaves or plant. This one coming along here is quite a few flowers, so I think I'll leave the flowers but stop the growth. I'm gonna clip here. Now I'm going to go to this next plant and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start at the bottom. So I'm going to follow that up to the next spur. Now this spur, if I follow it, it does have some flowers at the top. So because these are getting so tall, I might leave those flowers, but cut everything else. So there's a one here I'm gonna cut. There's some buds up here, so I think I'll cut just past the buds. There. Clip right here. And let's give it its own part of the trellis. About. Okay. Cut that. On the other side of this is like the garden fence right here. So the other side is the pathway to where the sheep and goats go to different paddocks. Planted probably a foot away from the fence. So I can't get back there with the ladder. It needs to go. So I cut that one because it's pretty much all dead. There's a spur. I guess they're called suckers. I keep calling them spurs, but whatever you want to call them. You get the idea of what I'm doing. So let me get on the ladder and see what I can get at the top, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. There's a nice tomato. Everything edible out of the garden goes to the sheep, including the tomato vine. So I think that looks a lot better. Now I just need to pay attention to it every week and not go a month without pruning, and we should have a more productive plant. And even if you don't get more tomatoes, you get bigger tomatoes. So we had almost a 1 pound Amish Paste tomato this year, which is pretty amazing.